Hello, my fellow nerds, and welcome to the Nerd Empire. I hope you all are having a fantastic day today, and I hope you all will enjoy today's reaction video. With that being said, let's get right into it, shall we? Alright, we got another Asmongold video here. It is called Blizzard Lost It.
Did you see the WoW Pride event? I did. I don't know why gay people have to make their sexuality in every fucking thing, right? Like, I don't understand it. It's fucking annoying. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, if you want to be gay,
I saw that Blizzard post about the Pride event for World of Warcraft. And, what the fuck? That's all I can really say is, what the fuck? It makes no goddamn sense to have that stuff in World of Warcraft. Or as it's now would be considered World of Woke of Gaycraft, World of Wokecraft, or World of Gaycraft. It's no longer World of Warcraft anymore. It's not. It's like if you want to have anything close to World of Warcraft, you actually have to play Classic. You can't play retail anymore. I don't think there's a single thing they can do anymore that would save World of Warcraft, at least retail. I don't think there's a single thing they can do anymore. The last good thing we had of World of Warcraft is Legion. And after Legion, it decided to jump off a cliff without a parachute or any sort of gear to catch themselves. It's just free fall plummet. The recent Pride event they are trying to do in WoW is supposed supporting maps. Yeah, if that actually legitimately happens, they're probably going to fully kill World of Warcraft.
want to suck a dude's dick, go ahead. But goddamn, do we really need to have a parade about it? Like, damn, bro, like, really? I mean, it's not that big of a fucking deal, and you're going around crashing out over this like it's nothing. So, no, deep down, they know it's wrong. I mean, I don't even know if that's the reason. But, like, no, I saw that, and I said again, I went and I said, so it happened a little bit ago, right? So, there it is. World of Warcraft is adding its first official Pride event called Darkspear Dash. And the event raises money for LGBT Trevor Project. And I said I would be mad, but at this point, this event is the least gay thing in the game. So that's really where we're at. It is. And again, World of Clowncraft. True. Yeah. And so anyway, of course they did. Yes, of course they did. I find it to be so insufferable and fucking annoying that every single video game has to do something that reaffirms gay people.
Happy. I think they even... It's not a husk of its former self, because even the husk is being turned gay. So it's non-existent anymore.
Holy fuck, guys. Like, do we need to have an identity pride, like an identity event for everybody? And this is the issue that I have, right? Is like, if you want to be gay, be gay. I don't give a fuck. Nobody really cares, right? I mean, like, obviously there's like, you know, I guess there's some inbreds on the other side of the world that love caring about this. Most normal people don't give a shit. So if I have to constantly fucking see every single time, every game has to have some sort of nod, you know, like approval or something like that for being fucking gay. It is exhausting, man. Oh my God. Like, how insecure do you have to be that every single video game and piece of media needs to reaffirm your sexuality? Holy fuck, man. Like, it's one thing. It's one thing to say, you know what? I don't want to be discriminated against. I don't want to be treated like I am this bad weirdo. I want to be treated the same as everybody else because I'm an American and I deserve that. But they don't want that. They want to be elevated and celebrated. There's nothing to celebrate.
Which people want to be put on a fucking pedestal and shown to the world, hey, look at me. I'm more important than everything and everyone else. These people, we need to find a way to bring these people back down to earth with the force of the meteor that killed the dinosaurs. We need to bring them down to earth with that kind of force. Because I think that is probably just barely enough to get them to see the stupidity. And even that, I think, might not be fully enough.
Sucking a dick. There's plenty of people that suck dicks all the time. They don't get celebrated. Damn, just do it. Like, that's the way I see it. It's patronizing. Well, that comment, no, it's weird as fuck. It is. It's weird as fuck. And why is it that every single fucking thing has to have some degree of pride parade? And the Trevor Project, isn't this for just being trans? I mean, this isn't even for LGBT, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Oh no, it's suicide prevention. Okay, for some reason I thought that was for trans. Well, I guess I'm wrong about that. Either way, there's Mother's Day. Yeah, there's already a day for sucking dick. And bad take, I celebrate every dick sucker.
Mother's Day. Yeah, there's already a day for sucking dick. There you go, Happy. The problem is push the issue as much as they have, just make people discriminate against gay people even more. I don't care what people do privately, but I don't want to see it everywhere. Yeah. Yes, Taylor, we already have reacted to that yesterday. I suck dick and I don't demand fucking applause for it.
I guarantee you that you don't, okay? And so, yeah, I identify with a full head of hair. I guess so. And, yeah, it's just, it's so fucking annoying, man. It is. And the reason why I find it to be annoying is because how many groups need an identity? Like, we have Black History Month, which, like, okay, in America, yeah, I think Black History Month is kind of like, I don't know what racist senator said, well, why don't we give them the whole month for their history? What month were you thinking, Senator? I was thinking the shortest month with the least days. Yeah! We'll call it Black History Month. And that's what it had to have been, right? I mean, damn. How you gonna give them the shortest month for Black History Month? Really? Like, damn. And so, where's White History Month? I mean, again, you know, like, you can be racist and say it's the rest of the year. And so you develop 11 expansions, you suck one dick, you're not a developer, you're a dick sucker. Well, they've been doing a lot of the both, right? And incels don't have anything. It's like, yeah, when do we get Incel Appreciation Month? When do we get Furry Appreciation Day? Where do we get Adult Baby Diaper Fur celebration weekend? When do we get BDSM? Oh, I guess we had that with Maldraxxus and the Shadowlands and the Venthyr. Never mind, we already had that. Let's see, besides that, oh wow, oh man, how about we need how about like a Yuri Fridays? How about that? Where like all of the all of the female characters have like an animation where they can make out with each other. And so no, I think Epstein. You know what? Let's not have Epstein Tuesdays. I think that's a bad one.
Tuesdays.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely a bad one. And Goth Mommy Sunday, yeah. And it's like illegal. Why don't we have Illegal Aliens Day and we can celebrate the day that the orcs illegally immigrated from Draenor into Azeroth because of the help of a guy who was possessed by a literal demon. So the only instance of illegal immigration that's happened in World of Warcraft was spurred on by an intergalactic, interdimensional Satan figure that was poisoning the mind of a person who wanted to destroy the place that all of the illegal immigrants were coming to. Like, I don't know, man. I think that seems pretty realistic. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm saying the Draenei, yeah, but the Draenei are hot, so it's okay. Like, that's the reason why nobody cares. The orcs, like, bro, like, fuck no. Can we celebrate Judgment Day from Terminator? I like the sound of that. Next thing they're going to try to normalize is being attracted to minors. I think that there are people, every pedo is waiting and waiting and waiting.
I'll guarantee you this. The moment they let the people create an event in World of Warcraft for the MAPs, the instant they do that is when they've decided to officially annihilate anything and everything to do with World of Warcraft. So, yeah. Let's just hope that never happens. I love World of Warcraft. I honestly do. So, seeing all of this actually makes me sad, but I guarantee you that the moment that they try and officially support MAPs is the moment that World of Warcraft officially and permanently dies.
To find their opportunity to, you know, basically misrepresent and take advantage of the LGBT movement so they can push their sick fantasies. I think that that's true. I think there's a lot of them that want to do that. Now, I don't think that, like, and I think it's fundamentally massively different, right? Like, I do think there's a fallacy that, like, being gay, being trans, being bi, being queer, or, like, you know, some other variation of it, this is fundamentally different than, like, being a fucking pedo. And the reason why is consent, right? Like, somebody wants to be trans, they decided that. Two people want to suck each other's dicks, they decided that. You know, like, that's it. And so there's a huge fucking difference in my mind between the two things. But, you know, like, I guess people are going to look at it a different way. And it's sexuality, devil's advocate. Well, yeah, but, like, I think that there's an unspoken, it's not even an unspoken rule, it's a very spoken rule that your sexuality ends where other people's consent begins. So, for example, there are people that like voyeurism. Does that mean that it's okay to take upskirt photos of girls? No, I don't think so. So there's people that like, you know, like, I don't know, they like the idea of something being non-consensual is exciting in itself to them. That's just what they like. And, you know, like, I think that many people, and by the way, many people that are into these, like, sexual deviancies, I think that if they could push a button and be as into, you know, just heterosexual, you know, normal sex with a woman, if they could just push that button and, like, and shift, they would do that. I think a lot of them wish that they weren't programmed this way, but at the end of the day, if you're programmed like a virtual boy, you're going to have to be retarded. And so that's what happens with these people, right? It's freedom and liberties in general. Yeah, exactly, right? Can you imagine a quest log for this event? I could, and if I did, I'd get banned. So I won't do that.
You know, it's going to be funny when, like, this whole Pride thing. The funniest thing that's going to happen is going to be in GTA 6 when that comes out, because they have announced that there will be Pride events in GTA 6. And the funniest thing that's going to happen is the Pride events in GTA 6 are going to get bombed to hell. And it's going to be hilarious. And I can't wait for that to happen.
But anyway, how about incest between consenting adults? Well, the problem with incest is that it produces kids that are dysfunctional. And when you produce kids that are dysfunctional, then the entire world has to pay for it. So that's the reason why incest is a problem. It's because if you if you want to fuck your cousin and you have you pop out a kid and your kid looks like the prophets from Halo, maybe. Let me think. Another one. Fuck. Okay. Who? What else? What else? What do we really have? Quasimodo? No, I don't like that. Let me think. Man, I gotta think of some other one. The Riddler? No. The Goonies. Yeah, the guy from the Goonies. I like that. Like, everybody's got to pay for that, right? We all got to pay for this, and so like that's the reason why you can't fuck your cousin, right? It's because it's expensive.
And people are going to be monstrous with that part of the game. How much you want to bet they're going to make it so the people who... Because they know there are people who are going to do it. How much you want to bet that they're going to make a thing in the game so it prevents anybody from being able to do anything with the Pride events in GTA 6? A lot of people are going to be upset.
On everybody, right? Because now we got to pay for a bunch of fucking inbred kids, and so nobody wants to do that. It's annoying. And so Sid from Ice Age, I like that. And what if they're sterile? I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't really care if two people want to do that. I think it's really weird, but like, to the extent that I don't have to see it, I don't really care. Like, I don't want to legislate and I don't want to micromanage people's bedroom behavior, right? Like, somebody wants to do something in a bedroom with another consenting adult, like, I really couldn't give a fuck. You want me to be honest, right? As long as it doesn't negatively affect other people. But I think that's the way, and by the way, I think that's the way almost everybody feels. Like, am I crazy? Like, is that how y'all feel too? Like, that's the way a lot of people feel, right? I mean, like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to run people's lives, right? I mean, like, God
Don't
damn.
hit me, I'm a bleeder.
And so anyway, what about adoptive siblings? Bro, like, damn. Wait, do you have an adoptive sibling? Why do you keep asking about this? What's going on, man? You got something you want to tell us? Look, man, look. If that's where you're at, there are resources that you can get help, brother. You can get help. It doesn't have to be like this. You understand this? Rainbows are gay. They did make rainbows gay. I mean, rainbows were always gay, right? I mean, let's be honest. They were always gay. But now they're, like, officially gay. So, yeah, that's it. But anyway, we love ruining fandoms. I think that... I'll go back. I'll wrap this up. I think that it is so insufferably fucking annoying that gay people, trans people, and everybody inside of the LGBT umbrella, not everybody, but the outspoken, pathological, narcissistic, self-obsessed, self-referential, attention whores inside of these communities can't stop talking.
If they won't allow it, the modders will. The best way to stay neutral is to allow everything. If you want to kill anyone in the game, you can, and end it there. They need to keep the bedroom activities in the bedroom. Yeah, exactly. The minute we stop bullying the degeneracy is how this shit went crazy. See, the funny thing is, the rainbow wasn't gay until 2010s. It used to be purple. Just purple. Yeah. And now it's so gay. Yes.
About themselves, and because of that, they need every piece of media to reaffirm their identity. It is fucking exhausting for me to have to see every single thing has some sort of gay pride, trans pride, some variation of this. And this is coming from somebody. I support gay rights. I support trans rights for adults. I support a lot of these things, but I don't want to fucking see it in every single piece of media constantly. It is this overcorrection where they want to put their sexuality front and center, and basically...
The rainbow used to mean a pot of gold at its end, not a retard screaming, "I feel cheated."
Force people into interfacing with and acknowledging that they are what they are. This is exhausting, it's confrontational, it's unnecessary, and it's insecure. You want to suck a dude's dick, go ahead. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up about it. Holy shit, how many times do we have to hear about this? So that's the way I see it. It's exhausting. And every time I see a new game...
They make their sexuality their whole personality, and without it, they are nothing.
company that capitulates to these fucking narcissists, which is what they are, massive narcissists. And if you disagree with that, go back and look at what I covered yesterday. This guy reacted to a clip I was talking about World of Warcraft.
I'm 27 years old, right?
You're 27?
I'm 27 years old. I'm a heterosexual man.
Roll Mops, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the Nerd Empire.
I'm blessed in many regards. When I watched Spider-Man as a kid, he's white. He's a straight white guy.
Mm-hmm.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's a straight white guy. John Cena's invisible, but he's a white guy, straight. In all forms of media that I've grown up with, I've never once was not represented. And a lot of people, including myself at one point in time, and this might sound woke, I really don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care because you won't know the opposite and the opposition end if you're not someone who's never been represented in media. And sometimes...
By the way, the fact that the Dragon Ball Z is massively popular all around the world, and Goku is basically like either white or Japanese, right? And it's extremely popular in South America, where the overwhelming majority of those people are not white, just immediately disproves this entire narrative, but we'll just let it continue.
Maybe you might be Asian, black, Hispanic, whatever, and you don't care about media representation, and that's fine. But growing up, every fucking action figure I've seen, most of them were white. Most of the movies were white. Most of the people in the movies and shit were white. Straight people, not gay, not transsexual, etc. There is a level of representation.
Even if you want to make this argument, let's assume everything that he's saying is true. Even if you want to make this argument, I think that representation should not come at the expense of other representation. So I think that people should be looking to try to build their own ideals, their own role models, their own people. And also, by the way, what about sports? Sports is overwhelmingly overrepresented by black people. It is. Like, you look at NBA, NFL, overwhelmingly it's overrepresented with people that are black, especially just non-white in general. But we're not even going to bring that up at all. The fact is that, like, superheroes are only one factor. We're not going to add in a quota, right? For like, oh, there needs to be this many white or black people in an NBA game. That's retarded.
That is important in the world. Now, obviously, again, you could say some games, some medias, some forms of media, some people.
Yeah, think about every popular basketball player: LeBron James, Steph Curry, and you do have, you know, Dirk Nowitzki or whatever the hell his name was. You've got what's his name? Fucking the OG, Larry Bird. Like, you do have white basketball players, but it's like 10-1. It's 10-1, if not 20-1. It's overwhelmingly.
Push agendas, whatever. You could say you hate Lily Tino. Lily Tino's a fucking rage-baiting transgender. I don't fucking care. It doesn't take away the fact that Asmongold, not understanding this fact and being frustrated.
It's not a fact. It's just simply not a fact. I mean, if you look at pop music, look at all music in general. I think overwhelmingly, look at the top 40 list. There's massive amounts of representation. You go back to 1990, there's massive amounts of representation. You look at sports, there's massive amounts of representation. Like, you look at this everywhere, this is the case. And also, the proof that representation doesn't matter is the fact that those sports are popular across all of America, and everybody watches them, despite them not being, as you're saying, represented, right? And then on top of that, you can look at things like Dragon Ball Z. You can look at other anime where everybody is relating to this anime character. The thing is that I think that maybe it's different for men and women, but I think that a lot of guys, what they relate to more is like values. They're not relating to the identity of the person. They're relating.
I think when it comes to anything, representation, diversity, inclusivity, whatever the fuck these people want to call it, you know, whether it be in games, movies, sports, everyday life, I don't think the color of the person's skin, the religion, creed, whatever, I don't think any of that really matters when it comes to anything. It's it. Why does everything and why does anything and everything need to have representation and diversity? None of that truly fucking matters with any of it. Like you said, look at a lot of anime. There are a lot of anime characters that are either white, black, brown, whatever color you want to have them. Hell, some of them might be blue. And it doesn't fucking matter. They don't relate to the character because of the color of their skin or because they're a representation for something. They just relate to the character because of their values, their traits, their what they represent in their world, or what they fight for. You know, all that stuff. It's not because of any sort of diversity or inclusivity or representation or anything like that. If we're too busy fighting over meaningless bullshit, we aren't paying attention to the ones raping us culturally and financially. Hey, Kuda. Yeah, I agree with that, Happy.
To the values. And I think that the main issue is that instead of people creating their separate own good media, like things like Black Panther, right? Everybody loves Black Panther. At least the first movie, I think, was a phenomenal, amazing, it was a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 movie. It was great. And like, nobody's mad about that. I feel like nobody's mad about that except for
Hell, growing up in the back in the 90s, growing up, half of my black friends who draw and make up their own black DBZ characters. Nowadays, the character race must be swapped for them to feel represented. Yeah. The whole race swap thing is fucking retard. You can't elevate one thing at the detriment of everything else. You can't elevate the representation of one thing at the detriment of everything else, and that's just how it is. One thing can't be elevated while everything else is put down. That doesn't help anything. It doesn't make anything better. In fact, it makes everything worse.
You idiots. So why is nobody upset about this? Well, it's because it's its own media. But whenever you engage in race swaps, whenever you intentionally remove characters and then you try to replace them with characters of another identity group, that is a totally different world than if you're making your own media.
Because I think he's 32, 33. In the last 4 years,
I'm 32, 33. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
I've started fucking seeing gay people. He's having a fucking spasm attack.
I'm having a spasm attack because I'm seeing gay people? No, I'm having a spasm attack because gay people want to have their identity reaffirmed by every single company by adding a pride event into everything. I think it's annoying, it's obnoxious, and it's unnecessary. Every single video game doesn't need a pride event. If you're gay, then be gay. I don't want to have every company in the world.
It's like they're basically kind of turning into like a Jehovah's Witness. They're coming to everybody's doorstep saying, "Hey, have you heard about our Lord and Savior, the woke culture?" It's like, fuck off. We've heard enough about it already. We don't need to hear about it every single waking moment of every goddamn waking day. We've had enough of this. We get that you're gay. We get that you're bi. We get that you're lesbian. We get that you're fucking retarded or trans. And, you know, if it makes you happy, go right ahead. We don't need it shoved down our throats every second of every minute of every hour of every fucking day. Fuck off.
World that has some sort of obligation to acknowledge that gay people are good. This is outrageous. It's basically a cult of self-worship and narcissism that I don't want to have anything to do with. I'm tired of it. I don't have a problem with somebody being gay. I don't have an issue with somebody being trans. But whenever I constantly have to be like faced with it over and over and over, and also, by the way, it's not like you had a white identity month. You didn't have a black identity month either. I don't want to have identity.
And I would argue it's worse than Jehovah's Witness. Except instead of just walking away when the door is slammed shut, they break it down, shit on your carpet, and demand you applaud them for it. Great analogy for it. Stanley once said that Spider-Man wears a mask so every kid can feel like him, regardless of background, ethnicity, race, etc. So the true representation is in values. I get seeing someone look like you makes it easier, but it shouldn't be so one-dimensional. It's also like when it comes to video games, that is also the reason why Master Chief never shows his face. Because they want everybody to feel like they're Master Chief from Halo.
Events for different groups of people based off of a racial or a sexual reason. It's weird. And also, you already have
Not to mention, you see all the Twitter zealots try to force their gay head canon onto manga and anime creators. Yeah, one big example of that is the My Hero Academia. The people projected their headcanon of Bakugo and Deku being together, and when it was officially announced that Deku was straight, and obviously he likes Ochaka, Urara, or whatever, Ochaka, it's obvious that he likes her, and people got so upset that they sent death threats to the creator of My Hero Academia, which is just the most retarded fucking thing in the world.
a way, you already have a gay event. It's called Valentine's Day. Gay people celebrate Valentine's Day. Think about it.
It's just bullshit. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care. It's fucking bullshit. You can call me woke. I don't really give a fuck. But you can't sit here and crave you want Modern Warfare lobbies back and people to call each other slurs and say crazy things, but you spaz out every time you see a fucking rainbow.
I do, and it's the same reason, and it's because nobody can criticize it. That's the reason why. See, a lot of people like him, they create this false dichotomy where us being offended and over-controlling and trying to make all media reaffirm our ideology, this somehow, you disliking this is the same as us freaking out about being misgendered. This type of language inversion might work with other people that agree with you, but everybody that's normal realize...
I would have made a damn YouTube video reading their death threats and then laughing and burning it on film.
is that it's obviously a huge difference between somebody freaking out that, you know, somebody got misgendered versus somebody being annoyed that every piece of media seems to have to reaffirm a gay identity. It's obnoxious. It's annoying. It's overstepping. And I think that people are tired of it. I think overwhelmingly people are tired of it. 99% of people. So this is what they try to do, is they try to create this this false dichotomy where you being angry about us pushing woke stuff is the same as us being angry about getting triggered about everything. That's not going to work, okay? It's totally different. I don't want to live in a world that is constantly defined by the mentally ill. And I'm not talking about gay people. I'm talking about people that can't stand to hear anybody who disagrees with them. And also, here's another component to it. If you criticize the events, if you say anything that's negative about this, you get instantly banned. So there's not even a conversation that's allowed to be had on any sort of an official platform discussing the validity of an event like this and whether people are in favor of it or not. So
it's sad. Like, when you decide that you want to give them some criticism, the moment you say any sort of critique that goes against their worldview, that they think is insulting or anything, they go to the bigger person and say, "Hey, this person hurt my feelings. Can you ban them?" These people are so arbitrarily protected that you can't even say a singular criticism towards them without getting canceled or banned. They can't handle any criticism because they are fucking children. They're just, it's so goddamn retarded. They need to learn to wake up and face reality before, it's just, I can't stand these people. I can't. How these people made it past infancy is a fucking miracle.
whenever you can't even talk about this and everything else, and then you're saying people are getting triggered because of that. No,
They
I
are
don't think
narcissists
so.
with the
And if
Messiah
you do
complex.
think so, then
Yeah.
I guess that we're triggered, right? I mean, you can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, it's like racism. Yeah, sure. Censorship are always backfire. Yeah, you can't have a conversation with these people. And again, you know, if you acted like that in a COD lobby, nobody's saying it should be against the rules to be gay. But whenever you have every single company that's pushing narratives about this and they're doing pride events for it, I think it's exhausting. It's absolutely. So yeah, I don't. It's not about representation. It's about again, it's about elevation. Why is it that we have an event that's about gay people? It's ridiculous. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And I think it's ridiculous for trans people. Like, imagine, and here's how you know it would be ridiculous. Would these people be okay with there being an event that celebrated white people? Would they be okay with there being an event that celebrated heterosexuality? Would they be okay with an event that celebrated, you know, like, I guess men? No, they wouldn't. Okay.
Yeah, that brings up a good point. You can't have these events and not be okay with the opposite of the event. If you're not okay with the opposite of what the event you're having is existing, then you shouldn't be having that event, because you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have one and not be okay with the other. So you can't have an event celebrating being gay, trans, bi, whatever the fuck else, and not be okay with people celebrating being straight and being the gender that they were born as. You can't have one without the other. You can't be okay with having, with saying black power and not be okay with people saying white power. You can't be okay with celebrating women but not celebrating men. So if you want to have one, you have to be okay with otherwise, there's no point in having the one thing and not having the other. We'll do two of them. We'll do the Lich King one first. And we'll also do the Legion one. Well, this is basically going to be a nostalgia trip to show what we had.
My son, the day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name Arthas. Child, I watched with pride as you grew into a weapon of righteousness. Remember, our line has always ruled with wisdom and strength. And I know you will show restraint when exercising your great power. promised victory, my son, is stirring the hearts of your people.
I got literal
I tell you
goosebumps
this,
through my body right now.
For when my days have come to an end, you shall be king.
Literal goosebumps through my entire body. So that was Wrath of the Lich King.
Drink, Hellscream. Claim your destiny. You will all be conquerors. And what, Gul'dan, must we give in return? Everything. Reject this gift.
I think that's. If I remember correctly, his name was Manaroth.
And did you bring these mongrels here? Just to watch you die. This was not our destiny. Times change. We will never be slaves! But
12 years ago. That was Warlords of Draenor.
My son, a terrible darkness has returned to our world. As before, it seeks to annihilate everything that we hold dear. I go to face it, knowing I may not return.
They're coming! They're coming back!
All my life I have lived by the sword. I've seen kingdoms burn, and watched brave heroes die in vain. It's been difficult for me to trust after losing so much. But from you, I have learned patience, tolerance, and faith.
Open fire!
Anduin, I now believe, as you do, that peace is the noblest aspiration. But to preserve it, you must be willing to fight.
For Azeroth!
10 years ago. And that was Legion. And now we have what we have today. This used to be badass. This was Wrath of the Lich King, Warlords of Draenor, and Legion. In my opinion, my top 3 favorite expansions of World of Warcraft in the almost 20 years I've been playing this game. We went from all of this badassness to the woke bullshit we have now. If they don't do something probably within the next couple of years, to bring it back to the level of badassness that was Wrath of the Lich King, Warlords of Draenor, and Legion, if they don't do something within the next couple of years, I guarantee you I don't think there'll be anything they can do. Well, yeah, yes, Wrath of the Lich King will arguably always be World of Warcraft's best expansion to ever come out. I don't think there is any argument that can be made that will go against that. But this is how Warcraft used to be. And within just 10 years, they destroyed everything they had since Warcraft came out. Well, that is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give a like and subscribe. I post videos 3 to 5 days a week here. I also post videos over on my other channel for gaming as well, so please make sure to give that a look-see, see if you enjoy that as well. I also stream anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week as well. Links to all my social medias will be on my YouTube page. And with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.